Hi book lovers, welcome back to my channel. I am vlogging, one of the few times that I'm vlogging, and I am deciding to read 3 very hyped sequels of 2023. I have my shelf, my special edition shelf, all decorated for the holidays. I put little lights on them. I did not vlog me decorating it though. I kind of forgot to because I just don't have the vlogger mentality, but I do have some fairy lights that I could probably add to this too, so maybe I'll include that. Getting back into the sequels, I have 3 books here and you've probably heard of them all. I am gonna read Powerless by Elsie Silver. This is the 3rd book in the Chestnut Spring series. I read the first 2, read them last year and really liked them, and I still haven't gotten to this one for some reason, so I am on this one. I am also gonna read King of Greed by Anna Huang, and I accidentally grabbed my Walmart edition. I still need to get rid of the sticker. I bought myself Goo Gone and it actually does work wonders, but I'll try the hair dryer method first. But anyway, this is also book 3 in a series. It's book 3 in the Kings of Sin series, which is a series I absolutely adore. And I have been waiting for this one, but surprisingly, I just have been pushing off on reading it, even though it is the groveling romance that I've been waiting for. And I know how much Anna loves grovel. We've talked about our tastes in grovel before, so I know I'm in for a treat when I get to this. And then the 3rd sequel that I want to get to in this vlog is Caught Up by Liz Tomforde. This is also another 3rd book in a series. I didn't do that on purpose, I swear. I liked book 1, I loved book 2, so I have high hopes for this one. It's a sports romance. I think the hero plays baseball and he's a single dad. So all 3 of these are very hyped standalone sequels that came out this year. We'll see if they live up to the hype for me. I have a feeling I will love Anna Huang and probably Liz Tomforde. Powerless, I'm not too sure I'll love as much, but I'm sure I'll still enjoy it. I liked her writing in the first 2 books. I liked all of their writings, really. So I'll check back in after I pick which one I want to read, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so after some deliberation, I decided on Powerless by Elsie Silver as my first read for this vlog. I forgot it was going to be childhood friends to lovers, which I am kind of in the perfect mood for right now, so gotta go with this one. The blurb says, 2 childhood friends, 2 broken hearts, 1 impromptu road trip to get away from everything. That's all this was supposed to be. I'm about 100 pages into it now, but it started off with quite the beginning. The heroine literally runs away from her wedding. She is a runaway bride and she runs away with one of her best friends, who is also a famous hockey player, who is also the guy that she's crushed on since forever. He put her in the friend zone though because she was younger. She was his best friend's younger cousin, and they're also kind of considered cousins too because Jasper is like a brother to her cousins. They're not blood related though, so that's all that matters. But the wedding part was actually so much fun. Like, the heroine finds out that her fiance cheated on her on his bachelor night. Sloane realizes that she doesn't actually have to go through with this business wedding, so she runs away with Jasper with the help of some of their friends, like Willa from book 2. She is now pregnant and she kind of faked an injury, like as a distraction for Sloane to get away. That part genuinely had me cracking up. But yeah, Sloane and Jasper have kind of run away, living in their own bubble right now on another ranch. Jasper is also trying to get away from his hockey stuff because unfortunately Beau, who is Sloane's cousin and Jasper's closest friend slash brother, he's now missing. He's something in the military. I mean, I don't think he's dead. He gets his own book, right? But Jasper's very messed up over it. So they're currently in their own little bubble right now, getting away from the world and from their outside problems. I'm really enjoying all the tension between these 2 because obviously they both want each other, but they're holding off because of their friendship. I think that's everything for now though, so I'll update you when I've read more of this. Okay, reading break. I am finally watching the final episode, the finale of the newest season of the Great British Bake Off. I am so excited about this because well, first off, I love the show, but also I'm really excited about the final 3 contestants. I personally am hoping the underdog will win. I am voting for Maddie here. If he wins, it'll be a miracle, but I love him. He's such a sweetheart. I always love the finales for the show. There's so much tension and I love the flashbacks. I love how they bring back all the previous contestants too, so we'll see who ends up winning. Oh my god, oh my god. They're announcing the winner. Praying it's Maddie. He deserves it. It's neck and neck between Maddie and Josh. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I don't think I've ever been so happy with a GBBO finale. I mean, I'm trying to keep it spoiler free in case you haven't watched the season, but I mean, I'm super happy with one. Sometimes some of the seasons they have a winner and you're like, really? Did they really deserve to win? But this one, he really deserved it. All right, back to more of my reading. All right, so I'm on chapter 29 of Powerless and I have like 150 pages left of this book, but I am basically almost done, right? It's a little slow, surprisingly. Like ever since Jasper and Sloane ran away, they've really been hiding themselves. They're like sticking their heads in the sand to avoid everything going on outside of them. I keep expecting them to deal with all of their problems, deal with the outside world, but no, they're still just by themselves. I mean, the Edens are still there, but I'm wondering about Sloane's family, especially her dad, her fiance that she left. I'm wondering about Jasper and his hockey career, but they're just not dealing with all that. Instead, we are just getting the romance, which is really good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really liking it. I am a sucker for friends to lovers, and Elsie Silver did such a great job of laying out that foundation of their friendship, and it makes me believe in their romance and their love. But I kind of want more too, because Jasper is this big hockey player, Sloane is a professional ballerina, but we don't get much of that. I will say the steam is really good. I was kind of surprised by how Jasper is inside the bedroom. He is kind of a control freak. He made Sloane crawl for him, and that was like, oh, okay, all right, I see you, Jasper. And learning more about his backstory, about what happened with his family and why he is so estranged from them was so sad, so heartbreaking. I always not hate, but my heart just hurts anytime I learn about a child death, and especially one where a main character feels so responsible for. I'm really liking it so far. It is a solid 4-star read. Wouldn't say it's my new favorite of the series, but it's still good. It's not without some issues, but everything else is going fine. I am definitely gonna be able to finish the rest of this book by the end of today, and then I'll get started on my second sequel. But right now I have plans to pick up some lunch. Also, if you hear some Slack notifications in the background, you can ignore that, that's my work. But I'm excited about lunch because I'm getting Raisin Cane's. They opened up a new one in my city, which I was so happy about. I am so obsessed with their sauce. And I'm just a fast food fried chicken girl in general. I don't really get any other kind of fast food except In-N-Out, but that's because I'm also a California girl. Anyway, I will check back in once I finally finish Powerless. Got my sweet tea and my chicken. Here's my food. Got some more extra sauce. This is not all for me though. This lunch I'm sharing with my sister. Alright, so I finished up Powerless by Elsie Silver. It's a 4-star read for me, like super solid, very enjoyable. I love the combination of this being like a hockey romance and a cowboy romance. Like the thing that I mentioned earlier, how Jasper and Sloane just took way too long to deal with their outside problems. That was my main gripe with this book. They finally do deal with things, but it's only at the very end of this book. But I still really liked it, and I definitely need to continue with the rest of the series. I believe Theo and Winter are next. We get a little glimpse of them in Powerless. I'm kind of surprised that they are gonna be a couple. I remember wondering why there were 5 books in the series, even though there's only 4 brothers. So I still don't really understand it, but they are next. And then Beau, the last Eden, is getting his romance in book 5. If any of you guys have read this series though, if you've read the Chestnut Spring series, let me know who's your favorite, like which book is your favorite, which couple is your favorite. I feel like there's a lot of different answers for this, but Heartless is it for me right now. And then I'm moving on to my next read. I have Anna Huang and Liz Tomforde, and I have decided I'll read Anna Huang next. I'm reading King of Greed. Let's pray that this one lives up to the hype for me. Okay, so I don't know what happened, but I am kind of already halfway done with King of Greed by Anna Huang. I don't know if it's because it's a shorter book or I'm just flying through the pages, but I've barely been reading about a day and I'm already like halfway done. Oh, I forgot. I have this cute little postcard with Dominic and Alessandra from Bloom that they sent with this book. But yeah, I've been reading King of Greed and I'm having a great time with it. This is the second chance groveling romance where the hero takes his wife for granted. He puts his ambitions and his company over his wife. He is the embodiment of greed. He always wants more, and it's all at the cost of losing his wife, who has asked for a divorce. So going into this one, I did know that this wasn't really gonna be a marriage in trouble romance because they do get divorced. I saw the reviews for it that said that they had different expectations for this book, but so far I'm having a great time with it. Dominic has definitely already realized that he has messed up big time. He's not taken too long to get to that realization. He is on it to try to win back Alessandra. Right now, these two are in Brazil. Alessandra went on vacation to see her brother, and Dominic, without her knowing, decided to tag along because he is long overdue for his own vacation, and he rents a place right next door to them. They actually just went diving, and cameo alert, we get to see Josh and Jules here. Josh and Jules were from the Twisted series, Twisted Hate. They were my favorite couple of the Twisted series, so I was excited to see them again. But King of Greed, so far, so good. When I go into a groveling romance, what I specifically look for is that ache, that physical ache in my chest. Like, I want it to be gut-wrenching and emotional and hurting when I read groveling stuff, and I want to feel that not just for the grovel either, but for the reason behind the grovel. So my heart is aching a little bit. It probably could be a little stronger, but I am feeling all the heartache over Alessandra being forgotten by her husband, and now that he remembers her, it's a little too late. I'll probably end up finishing this either tonight or tomorrow because, again, I am flying through this. I am very curious to see what else Dominic has in store for his groveling. If you have read this one, let me know what you think. If you thought he groveled enough, if it was satisfying for you, because groveling, it's so different for everyone. So I'll be back once I've finished this. Alrighty, so I have finally finished up King of Greed and I liked it. I am a little sad that I didn't love it though. It's a solid 4 stars for me. It's not my favorite of the series, but it's still a good read. It definitely delivered on a groveling hero, but I think I wanted a little bit more from it too. I don't know if it's because it is a pretty short book, like it flew by super fast, but I think I wanted more of like Alessandra and Dominic's past, like the first time that they fell in love. We get little snippets of how they first met and, you know, them getting married for the first time, but I think I would have preferred a bit more of that. It would have given me a better foundation of their relationship. Maybe would have made me get a little bit more invested to see them, you know, be in love like that again. And for the groveling part, I do love a hero who, you know, figuratively, maybe even literally gets down on his knees for the heroine. I really liked seeing Dominic, you know, getting panicky over losing the love of his life, him learning that he took his wife for granted, so now he has to show her and prove to her that he's all in the second time around. I do wish we got more than just the scene in the beginning of his dismissal of her. Like, the thing that I love to read in my groveling, besides obviously the groveling, is that gut punch of the reason behind the groveling. Like, why he needs to grovel in the first place. The setup of it needs to be really well done, and here it was just the scene in the beginning, so I was kind of hoping to see more of that, because Dominic doing like an instant 180 and changing everything about his life doesn't make as much of an impact if we don't see the reason behind it as much. So this wasn't perfect, but again, I still really enjoyed it. Alessandra especially is a fantastic character. I was just rooting for this girl right from the start. I was wishing like all the good things for her because that's what she deserves. I think I mentioned in the last update that Josh and Jules showed up in this book. We also did get a name drop of Stella and Christian, and we have a little bit of the setup for Xavier and Sloane's romance, which is coming up next in King of Sloth. I love the girl group here. I love that Alessandra found some new friends in Isabella, Vivian, and Sloane. They're all so supportive of her, and I kind of love that their significant others like Kai and Dante are just hanging around with them. I am hoping that we do get to see a lot more of Dominic's brother. He is a surprise character in this book. I didn't know he had a brother, but he does, and he is a pretty interesting character, but we pretty much only get the bare bones of his character. Like, there's definitely a lot more to him than what we got. So hopefully we get to see more of him in a future Anna Huang book. I'm not sure he's gonna be in the Kings of Sin series unless he is a part of the Valhalla Club, but I'm sure it's not going to be the last that we see of him. So I'm giving 4 stars to this. So far, my ranking for the Kings of Sin series: King of Wrath at the top, and then King of Pride, and then King of Greed. I'm curious to hear your guys' thoughts though on this book or this whole series. Like, how would you rank them if you have read it? I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about it, so let me know what you think. And then for my third and final sequel that I am gonna read is Caught Up by Liz Tomforde. I'm excited about this one because of how much I loved The Right Move. Like, the first book in the Windy City series, Mile High, was good, but nothing compared to The Right Move. So hopefully Caught Up gives me the same feels as The Right Move. This time it's going to be a baseball romance. We have Kai as the hero. He was the new single dad who was in The Right Move, I think. Like, he just found out that he had a kid with like some one-night stand who dropped off his son at his doorstep and just left. And of course he needs a nanny for him, but he's running through all the nannies that he's been hiring because they're not good enough. And now his coach is so tired of Kai firing all of his nannies, so he forces Kai to take his coach's daughter as his new nanny. So it's a baseball romance, a single dad romance, a falling for the nanny romance. It should be very fun. I just got something in the mail and I am freaking out over it right now. My friends surprised me with a Christmas gift that I did not expect. When I got the box, I was wondering like what I even ordered because I didn't remember ordering anything from Amazon, but I opened it and then I saw this note, and it's a gift from Sam, Sarah, Jess, and Desiree. Sam is Samantha, Books with Samantha. Sarah is Sarah E. Green, the author. Jess, Jessica from Peace Love Books, and Desiree from Desiree Alicia. They're all my bookish besties, and they got me this. Okay. I literally could not have expected them to get me a new Kindle Paperwhite because mine is dying. It's been dying, and I messaged the group chat like, do you guys think that Amazon is gonna have a Christmas sale for their Kindles because I need a new one? Mine has been dying. Like, the battery drains really quickly. I left it alone for maybe a couple days and the battery just completely wiped out, and I had to leave it charged for like 24 hours before it would turn back on. And then when it did turn on, the battery would go down as it was charging. I was like, oh my god, what is going on with this thing? But I didn't really want to buy a brand new Kindle like full price because they always have sales, right? So I wanted to wait for a Christmas thing, but they got me this for Christmas. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much. I opened this part before I was like, wait, I gotta vlog this. But here it is, the brand new Kindle Paperwhite. She's stunning and she's looking so smooth. So the screen is a little bit wider compared to my old one. This is from 2018, I believe, so it's like 5 years old, but you can see the black part of the Kindle Paperwhite is thinner, so the screen itself is wider, and the size difference, there is a size difference. I don't know if you can tell, but the new one is slightly bigger, slightly taller, and slightly wider. And on the backs, so my old one, it says Amazon, it has the Amazon logo, and then on the new one it's just got the arrow logo without the word Amazon. And the charger too, it's different. It's now using the USB-C type cable, which is really nice now because that's what I use for my computer and my phone. I don't know if it'll turn on because I haven't charged it or done anything to it yet. Yeah, okay, so I need to charge this before I can use it, but I am definitely gonna be reading my next book on this beauty. I almost started crying though when I opened the package. I was just not, it was such a surprise. Samantha did text me though to ask if I bought it yet, but she was like, you should get the Oasis, you know, it's like a lot better. I love it. So looking back, I can see what she was trying to do. But yeah, if you guys don't already follow them, you should. I'll link them all down below. They literally made my whole Christmas, even though it's not even Christmas yet, but I'm so happy and thankful for them. It's just the sweetest gift ever. I talk with them pretty much every day, but we only see each other maybe a couple times a year, especially the ones that don't live in California. Like Samantha lives in SoCal with me, so I get to see her a lot more, but everyone else, I only meet up with them at like book signings. But we do have something fun planned next year that I'm really excited about. So I can't wait to see them again and hug them again. Samantha said I needed to get a Kindle case though to protect this bad boy. And I've never really been a Kindle case person. Like I used to have one for my Nook back in the day when I had a Nook and I used a Nook. And I'm not sure I ever got a case for my Kindles either. But I mean, this old one, the 2018 one, I've never used a case on it. And it's looking fine, right? But I guess since this is a very precious gift, I need to protect it at all costs. Okay guys, I'm ready to use my new Kindle. I'm gonna read Caught Up by Liz Tomforde. I actually haven't really turned this on yet. I've just charged it all up, so now it's ready to be used. Okay, let me just turn it on and download the friggin' book. I did not know they have a temperature feature. I kind of love it. I'm probably just gonna stick it to a more neutral tone or a warmer tone, but this is so nice. I don't know if it's because my Kindle is just getting pretty old, but this is so much more responsive. Anyway, I love it, and I'm gonna start reading. Hello! Okay, so this is my first time doing a sort of get ready with me vlog. It took me way too long to find out the best place to put this camera, where I could also look in my own mirror, but I think this is good. So I'm just gonna chat about Caught Up by Liz Tomforde, talk about what I've read so far. I'm like halfway done. Also, my lips are so chapped right now, but I am gonna get ready for a day of more filming because I'm doing the 12 Days of Bookmas, and it's a lot. I don't know how people manage to do Vlogmas or Bookmas the entire month of December, or at least starting on December 1st. That's wild. I know a lot of people pre-film, but even that sounds exhausting. I'm already tired, but I do have a lot of videos planned. Hopefully I'll manage to do enough for all the 12 days of Bookmas. Okay, first up, need to put on my contacts. I'll skip over that because I'm not sure anyone wants to see me poking at my eyeball. I am about halfway done though with Caught Up. I'm at 57% as of right now, and it's so cute. Oh my goodness. So I was a little surprised. I had no idea who the heroine was, but I'm so happy that she's a baker. Okay, contacts are in. But Miller is she's a professional baker. She is a pastry chef. She goes around all over the country as a pastry chef for hire for Michelin-starred restaurants. She is very accomplished. And I kind of loved that we get to see like a different kind of baker in a romance. Like usually they're just, you know, bakery owners or aspiring bakery owners. I mean, don't get me wrong, Miller does, well, she used to want to own her own bakery, but her career right now is super interesting. So I love that about her, but I also am living for the banter between Miller and Kai right now. Oh my god, Liz Tomforde writing banter is top tier. I don't know how she does it so well, but it's always like so cute and funny, makes me smile. But yes, I'm having the best time right now. So far, it's probably my favorite of the 3 books. We'll see how I feel by the end of this one, but so far it's in the lead. Kai is an absolute sweetheart of a man. Like at first, he and Miller didn't get along the best just because Kai doesn't really want a nanny. He kind of wants to just be a full-time dad right now instead of being part dad, part baseball player. Miller being the coach's daughter, she's not about to leave anytime soon. She is there for the summer until she leaves for her next restaurant. So Miller and Kai are stuck together for the next several weeks, and Kai's son is the cutest thing in the world. Max and Miller get along so well. Apparently he doesn't get close to women very easily, but he just instantly connected with Miller, of course. Oh, this boy is just the most precious thing ever. He adores his dad adores him. The scenes with Max, like when Miller teaches him how to bake, or at least lets him bake along with her. He's just munching on the sweets, basically, not helping at all because he's a 1.5 years, but that was super adorable. And then there's a scene where he walks for the first time and it's so precious. Like the whole team, the whole baseball team was cheering him on. Oh, this book is almost making me want to have a child right now, and I absolutely do not need one right now, but that's how cute Max is. He is the perfect fictional boy. I'm also really loving the tension between Kai and Miller. Like they finally did it at 50%. They finally fell into bed together after all their teasing, but the actual teasing leading up to it is fantastic. The chemistry is great, and I love that they don't shy away from flirting with each other. Miller especially, she has got a dirty mind and mouth, but she's fantastic. If you couldn't tell, I am loving it so far. These characters are great. I'm having the best time with them. I'm loving seeing the cameos of the previous 2 couples, and we're getting to see more of Rio and also Kai's brother. I'm really hoping Isaiah gets his own romance. I'm thinking with Kennedy, who is the physical therapist on their team. Isaiah also plays baseball with Kai. I'll have to look at which hero is next. I don't know who we're getting next, but I'm excited. Here's a mascara that I'm using. I recently fell in love with it after a friend recommended it to me. It's from this Japanese brand. It's called Heroin Make Volume Up Mascara, super waterproof, because I can only wear waterproof mascara. I don't know if you can tell, but I put 1 coat on this eye, so looking great. Okay, both lashes are done. Honestly, I do the bare minimum, just a little concealer on my pimple. So for the rest of this book, I am guessing, because they've basically already started falling for each other, but I am gonna say that Kai is gonna do his darndest to make Miller fall so hard for him that she doesn't leave. It's mostly okay though, because it's clear that Miller doesn't really love what she does anymore. She's doing it just to make her dad proud. Oh my god, I forgot to talk about Miller's dad, the coach. Monty is so funny. Also another one of my favorite secondary characters here. I'm loving all the secondary characters, honestly. But he is a total riot. I love his love for his daughter, but I also love how much shit he gives to his team, and Kai especially, and he absolutely adores Max too. The whole baseball team is just such a wonderful family. They've all made me crack up so many times. But yes, I'm hoping that we get to see Kai going after his woman, because you can see the family that they could be, and it's so beautiful. So I will update you guys probably when I end up finishing it. I have less than half of the book left, but I will say this book doesn't feel as long as The Right Move. I remember when I read book 2, as much as I loved it, it did feel very long, but I don't feel the same way for Caught Up, so that's a plus. So I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. All right, so I finally finished up Caught Up, and what the hell? It was so good. I don't know how Liz Tomforde is doing it, but she killed it again with this third Windy City book. I love The Right Move. It's one of my favorite reads this year, but Caught Up is also like one of my favorites too now. I don't know which one I would prefer more, but okay, let me just get my thoughts straight. So this book was single dad perfection. I loved all the love in this book, like the found family and also the relationships between Max and Miller and Kai. They're all so freaking precious. Oh my goodness, I fell in love with them all. I also loved seeing the little glimpses that we get of previous characters, like they befriend Miller, who's never really had friends before. She's never had friends, never had girlfriends, and now she does. So that made my heart super happy. Also, the moment that Max called Miller Mama, I was like, I knew it was coming, but it still hurt my heart so good. So Caught Up is an easy 5 stars. I don't know if it beats The Right Move for me though. I love both books, but kind of in different ways. Like I think I prefer the romance more in The Right Move, but the actual like love between family members, between friends and teammates in Caught Up was so incredible. So both books filled my heart in different ways, but they're both 5 stars and they're both easy favorites of the year. We also did get a little glimpse at the end of Caught Up of who the next couple will be, and yes, it is gonna be Isaiah and Kennedy, and I cannot wait. I don't know if I can say exactly what happens, but I'm sure the blurb for Play Along, which is the title of the next book, I'm sure the blurb is gonna spoil what happens, but you can skip ahead if you don't want to know what happens at the end of Caught Up with Isaiah and Kennedy. I'm not gonna spoil anything for, you know, the actual romance between Miller and Kai, but basically Isaiah and Kennedy accidentally got married while they were in Vegas, so it's the we got married in Vegas trope. I am dying for that book now. Let me see if there's a release date. Okay, June 11th, 2024. We have to wait a whole 6 months for this. Oh, okay, whatever. It's fine. I can wait. But yeah, that's about it for this vlog. I read all 3 of these sequels, and if you can tell, Caught Up is definitely my favorite out of the 3. My ranking for the 3 of them: Caught Up number 1, King of Greed number 2, and then Powerless is my 3rd favorite. I mean, I enjoyed them all, but Caught Up is the only one that I gave 5 stars to. In terms of whether they were good sequels, for Elsie Silver, I did not love Powerless more than the previous book. Heartless is still my favorite of the Chestnut Spring series, so it's a good sequel, but it's not a better sequel. Same thing with King of Greed. My favorites are still the 1st and 2nd books. King of Greed is my 3rd favorite in the series, 3 out of 3, but it's not bad. I still highly recommend it if you love the series. And then Caught Up is so hard to say because I kind of loved it equally as The Right Move. So I'm just gonna say it's a good sequel. If you loved The Right Move, you will absolutely love Caught Up. That's it for me. If you guys have read any of these books, let me know your thoughts on them. I'm curious to see how you guys think these sequels live up to the earlier books. As always, thank you so much for watching. Links to everything will be down in the description below. I will see you all next time, and Boo also says bye. Bye! Boop.